And it is Tuesday morning, and we're live at 9 with James Phillips here on WJLX, and joined this morning by Renee Wilson. Renee's of the Jasper Main Street Group, and we've got a big event coming up tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
Free event for is everything free?
Everything's free.
That's what I thought, because I was reading over and I was like, yeah, I'm taking my kids to this because everything's free.
Everything's free. We try to do everything free every time, as much as we can.
Yeah, family fun night, right?
Family fun night, yes.
Okay, so what all's going on at family fun night?
Well, we're going to start the afternoon about 4 o'clock with, we're going to have bouncy houses, and that's going to be in the empty lot right behind Maddox Thornley Law Office where our incubator pod is located.
Right.
So that's going to be, we'll have a big bouncy house back there, slide, and all this. And then we're also going to have carriage rides or wagon rides.
I saw that, yeah.
Yes, and so we've got a 1 mile route picked out, and I've actually written the if anything you go past of historical significance on the route, you'll learn about that.
Okay,
so it's going to be like a history ride kind of thing. So that's going to be a little 1 mile
Who's
route.
going to be the tour guys? Do y'all?
Well, it may be me.
Right. Well, you wrote the history.
Since I wrote, well, no, I didn't make up the history. Right. I've done the research. But yeah, so that'll be going on from like 4 to 7.
Okay.
And then from 4 to 6:30, excuse me. And then at 6:30, the church. Well, this has come about because we've partnered with St. Mary's Episcopal and the Trace Church. They're doing an art camp this week.
Okay, yeah.
And so the art from the students that they're making this week is going to be on display at different businesses throughout downtown. So when they came to me for us to help them or work with them on that project, I said, well, let's create this a bigger event.
Yeah.
And turn it into a family fun night.
Right.
Because we like doing those anyway. So that's why we've got different things going on at different times. So the viewing of the art will take place anywhere from like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon till about 6:30.
Okay.
And there's about 10 different businesses downtown that you can just walk around and see the art. And then about 6:30, I think the churches are going to do like a short little worship there on the courthouse square. And then after that's over, about 7:30, hopefully start to get a little bit darker.
Right.
Maybe cooler.
Close to 8, probably.
Yeah. We're going to show a movie.
Right.
Disney's Mufasa the Lion King.
Cool, yeah.
We've gotten the license to be able to show that.
Yeah.
So we're going to show that there in the parking lot where we did the bands during Foothills Festival.
Okay, yeah.
So the big parking lot there on the corner.
Yeah.
And so yeah, we'll have the big inflatable screen. Bring your lawn chairs or your blankets or whatever you want to sit on. And we're actually going to even have popcorn for everybody.
I was going to say, there's got to be some popcorn.
There's going to be some popcorn. That's compliments of Tallulah and of Warehouse 319.
Okay, cool.
Popcorn
But people probably should bring their own drinks, or they can buy some at the restaurants.
Buy some, and I'm gonna butcher the name, the Miyamaki.
Oh yes, Miyamokiano or something like that. It's close. I'm close.
They're gonna have their truck down there.
Okay.
Being able to, they're gonna sell.
Yeah, and they'll have drinks and popsicles,
and they'll be the restaurants and everything will be open, so that you can get drinks.
I love that place. I take my kids there all the time and get. The banana split is the thing to get if you haven't tried it. And
I've seen it. It's huge.
Yeah, and I have to share it with Andrea and a couple of kids.
Right.
But it's really good.
It is.
And they're such great people. The people that own
they really are
really cool people.
Really good people. So they're going to be downtown. But like I said, all the restaurants will be open as well. And right there where we're going to be, we've got like 5 restaurants that'll be available.
Right.
So and the churches are going to be down there. I'm not sure if anybody's going to have water, but there may be.
Typically, they'll show up with free water and everything too.
We'll probably have some water.
That's cool.
So yeah, it'll be just bring your lawn chairs and blankets and sit and get comfortable in the parking lot, and we'll watch the movie. And I think it should be a couple hours.
Yeah, I think it's about an hour and a half or so. Yeah.
So then we'll be done.
And you guys, I guess this is technically probably the first family fun night like this where you're doing all these things, but y'all have done a lot of different events like this.
And we've done a family fun night, but it's been a few years.
Right, okay.
It's just so tough doing stuff in the summer.
Yeah, it is.
Because it's so hot.
Yeah, it's so hot, yeah.
So we usually don't start doing events until September.
Right, yeah.
When we kick the fall season off with Foothills.
Right, yeah.
But, so then follow up, you're talking about additional events. Yes, we host the Oktoberfest.
Yeah, and that thing has really grown.
It has. This will be our 3rd year.
Because it started out just as kind of a little a bunch of friends really
Right.
said, let's do this. And now it's just major.
Right, and a lot of people dress up in their dirndls and
Yeah.
lederhosen and just really have a lot of fun. We have
Yeah.
a polka band called the Polka Wagon.
Okay.
They come and then we have different vendors that'll provide or sell
Right.
different German type foods. The brats and the
Right.
kraut. not my thing. Of course, the pretzels and all that, and then and we're gonna be on the.
And they've done eating and drinking contests too. I don't know if that's still part of it.
We do an
Yeah.
eating contest with children.
Right.
It's just a hot dog weenie.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I don't want to waste money on buns.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, we do that. See how many they can eat
Yeah.
within.
And then the
within a
adults
certain-
hold a stein of
It's
beer
a
down there.
stein- It's a stein holder, a stein holder.
Yeah.
And it's a big one. It's heavy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we fill it with water because I'm not gonna waste beer.
Right.
But I make it look like beer. I put a little bit of.
I was going to say
Color
that
in
was
it.
not the color of water
No, it wasn't.
when I've been
I
there.
put a little bit of Coke in it.
There you go.
Just to get it a pretty color.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I mean, and it gets heavy.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
did-
yeah.
We did like 3 rounds of the competition, I believe, last year, and then they hold out until the winter.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. The last one is just you stand there.
You
know.
stand there and hold as long as you can.
Yeah,
And but amazing. There are actual rules to
Oh,
doing a
okay.
stand hold.
Yeah.
You can't hold it. You got to keep your elbow out. There's certain ways you can do your thumb. I mean, and we've got all those rules for
Right,
everybody to see
right.
before they agree to.
Y'all are going to be sticklers on that.
I tried.
And then I know after that, y'all end up having in the fall, you'll have the Hispanic Heritage Day.
That's usually in November.
Yeah.
Yes, we try to do that around the Day of the Dead
Yeah.
celebration because there's so much misconception about what that celebration is, and I've learned so much about it myself.
Right.
But I've got some things going on this fall, so we may be a little bit off of that day.
Right.
So we're looking at probably the second weekend in November
Right,
to do that.
yeah.
But we don't have anything set in stone yet.
And the Foothills is always huge for
Foothills
Jasper Main
is-
Street.
Yeah, and we're one of the sponsors.
Right.
We don't put it on, but we're one of the sponsors. And we have the new board of directors, the Jasper Area Entertainment.
Right.
That actually runs everything.
Right.
And
A great lineup this year. I mean, it's a great
Oh,
lineup.
it is a great lineup.
They do a great job every year picking bands out that
They do.
I've gotten in my older age where I don't like going to outdoor festivals as much as I used to because it's hot and people are nasty and but at the Foothills Festival it's always such a just cool vibe. Everybody's cool. There's never any crazy people throwing beer cans or anything like that. Like I can go and enjoy it.
Right, and we've never had any issues.
Yeah, I mean, I think in all the years, like there's barely been any arrests.
Right.
So that's a huge
Right,
positive.
so, and then it is a free concert.
Yeah.
That's one of our main goals is to keep this a free event to the public.
Yeah.
We want to, as much as we do as far as Main Street, we want to keep things free to the public. We want to offer them free.
Yeah.
Some things you have to do tickets to, but not everything. So yeah, the lineup's going to be great. We're just hoping for good weather this
Right.
year.
Yeah.
Last year,
The Friday night, it was rough.
it was rough. Well, I mean, I got hurt and had to go home.
Did you really?
So
Oh,
I wasn't
no.
even there. I was sitting at the house.
Well, at least you got hurt, but at least you didn't get soaked and you were hurt.
But Saturday night turned out to be great
Yeah.
last year. So, but the year before we had close to 40,000 people down there.
Yeah, and it was just perfect the
It was
whole
fun.
weekend.
Well, this year's
you
gonna
know.
be the same.
That's what we're calling for this
And
year.
it's not on Friday the 13th.
Right, yeah, that's a
Friday
good-
was the 13th.
Yeah,
We're
that's a
doing that again.
that's a good thing too. Also, Jasper Main Street recently, you guys have moved into a new office, and
We have.
that's something people can come check out.
They can. Everybody's welcome to come by and see it. It is on the corner of 4th Avenue and 18th Street, right next to the Methodist Church. It's
Right.
the white brick building that has been redone. It is a beautiful, beautiful building. And our goal is to put in a welcome center. I know
Yeah.
there's been a lot of coverage about that.
Yeah.
We're raising the money to be able to do that. So, and we've already had 3 or 4 tour groups come, and then they come and start there, and we give information about Jasper, and then they go either on a walking tour or the trolley tour,
Right.
that type thing, around downtown and learn about the history of Jasper. I know we're working with a children's group this summer that's supposed to be coming within the next month.
Yeah.
to do a tour.
I think a welcome center is a perfect idea because the few years that I haven't lived in this area, I lived in Kosciuszko, Mississippi, and they had a welcome center right there as you get off the Natchez Trace, and you're right there at it, and it tells you how to get to their downtown area and all the different things that they had going on, and I think that'll be a huge thing for
Well,
Jasper.
I do too. The highway department is not going, or the ALDOT, they're not gonna put one on the interstate between here and Mississippi.
Right, yeah.
So we will be the only, and it's not a rest stop.
Right, it's not a rest stop,
no,
but
it's
just a welcome center,
Right.
yeah.
The rest stops are on the interstates.
Right.
This is one where you come into the town and you learn about the town.
Right.
About what they have to offer, about the history. We're gonna have a lot of historical information in there. We're gonna have just a lot of interactive things for children.
Right.
So it's gonna be, and we're gonna have a little retail section to sell Jasper's.
Oh, yeah. Well, and there's so much history that our locals know about, but the people who are just driving through or visiting, they don't realize all the different things that have happened and that as Jasper has had a hand in.
Right.
And the different people who've lived here and that sort of thing. I mean, there's a lot of history.
There is a lot of history, and one thing that I've done, or that Main Street's done this year, and I got to work and help create this, we created a coloring book for children.
Oh, well, that's cool.
It's Tallulah Tours Jasper. So we use our dog, Tallulah, as the.
I thought it was going to be actually Tallulah Bankhead.
No, well, it's Tallulah Bankhead.
And she might be drinking and following her to different places.
No, this is the dog Tallulah. And she.
That can be the adults only tour.
Well, it
You
could
follow
be.
Tallulah Bankhead.
That's a good idea. That's something,
Yeah.
maybe that's something we can do.
Right.
But no, the dog Tallulah takes you on a tour through Jasper, and we highlight the historical buildings and events and things throughout our
Yeah.
not everything downtown, some things out, but just significant things that we have to offer.
Was it somebody local who did the artwork or anything?
Sarah
Oh,
O'Hare.
Sarah did. Okay,
Mhm.
cool.
Sarah did the
Yeah.
artwork. I did the research and did the writing.
Yeah.
And then put the book together, the art, and had it printed locally.
Do y'all already have it available?
I do.
Okay, cool.
And I'm probably gonna give some away tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night?
At
Yeah,
Mhm.
that'd be
And we've
awesome.
ordered crayons to give, but like, I'm working with some of the children's, the nonprofits in the area that have children, like Jennifer's Literacy Council
Right.
with her children's summer camp, the Children's Advocacy Center, and Heart. I'm gonna give all them, some of the coloring books.
Yeah.
So, I mean, these kids are in town every day.
Yeah.
Around, and they're seeing these buildings and they don't know what they are.
Yeah.
So in a fun way, they're gonna be able to learn a little bit more about the history that they're seeing.
That's really cool. Hey, just
gonna be cool.
just to remind everybody, it's Live at 9 with James Phillips here on WJLX, and we're talking this morning with Renee Wilson with Jasper Main Street. We're going to take a quick break, listen to a couple of ad spots, and then we'll be right back and talk to Renee a little bit more about Jasper Main Street, what they have coming up, and just kind of get her thoughts on her time with Jasper Main Street and the importance that the group is within Jasper. So we'll be right back in just a few moments. And we're back here live at 9 on WJLX. James Phillips, and we're joined by Renee Wilson, and Renee's with Jasper Main Street. Renee, we talked earlier about Jasper Main Street, and while we were on the break, me and you were talking about you joining. It's been what, about 2-3 years now?
4 years.
Wow,
I know.
I didn't realize it was that long.
Yeah, it's been 4 years. I came on board with Main Street as working with Main Street in 2021, but prior to that, I had served on the board of directors for several years, and we were growing so fast and doing so many projects and things that the board and Mike Putman, the executive director, decided they needed some help.
Yeah,
And he felt like that I had the gifts and the talents to be able to partner with him on all this, and it's working great. Like I was telling you, and he's big picture.
Right.
He thinks big picture, and I'm details.
yeah.
So when it comes to an event, I just tell him what to do.
And he does what
And
he's told.
He does what he's told.
There you go.
For the most part.
And that's why y'all are a great team.
That's why we're a great team.
The Main Street has been such an important part of Jasper. If you think back over the last 10 years,
10 years.
like how downtown has changed is just amazing.
It is amazing. We became designated in June of 2015. I was not on the board then. I came on shortly thereafter. We have seen significant investment in our downtown. Anybody that's been here for the last 20 years has seen the difference.
Oh, yeah.
With the amount of restaurants and boutiques and just retail, and we have people wanting to move into downtown to start their business, to bring their businesses every week. They're contacting us. Now, we're not real estate developers at all.
But you can get them to the right people.
We can get them to the right people, and that's what we do.
Yeah.
They contact us, and they see maybe a vacant building or somewhere they might want to locate. We contact the owner. Are you interested in having a renter? And we try to facilitate getting the right person into the areas in downtown.
And the thing is, these days, there's not many vacant buildings.
There's not. Well, when we were designated in 2015, I want to say, I think I've heard the number, there was about an 85% vacancy rate.
I would say that's probably
Something like
right,
that.
because then it was a few law offices and
Bernards and Youngs.
yeah, and empty buildings.
And empty buildings.
And that was it.
Yeah, like Bernards and Youngs they've been steadfast. I mean, they've always been downtown. And then
Yeah.
the restaurants, Los Reyes came in, I think, in 12, and
Yeah.
then Warehouse came in shortly thereafter, Mikey Baby in 14.
I think that's right.
And so they were part of the catalyst that got things going. And then we were designated in 2015 and really took off. But if you look at, we look at our downtown vacancy right now, we're at about anywhere from 5 to 10%.
Yeah, and I would think that's
Yeah.
well above any kind of national average.
It has really, we've really done well.
Yeah.
And it's not Mike and I, it's everybody working together as a team. We've made great partnerships. We couldn't do what we do without our partnerships with the Walker Area Community Foundation, with the City of Jasper,
and with each business
and with
too.
all the business owners. The
Yeah.
business owners are phenomenal.
Yeah.
So, and we help promote the businesses. We do a lot to encourage and promote those businesses that are in our downtown district. We are just the downtown district.
Right.
People wonder, why don't we promote stuff on the highway? It was like, well, because we're Main Street.
Right.
We're a downtown district. And so, we love things on the highway. We want.
Yeah, we want
highway-
things everywhere.
We want things everywhere because the
Highway,
highways-
interstate, downtown, everywhere.
Everywhere, exactly, because where other areas are flourishing, downtown's gonna flourish.
Right.
And vice versa.
But downtown in any city, especially cities our size, it is the heartbeat.
It is the
You know,
heartbeat.
it
That's
really
exactly
is.
right. And so we like to flourish,
Right.
downtown. That's our thing. So yeah, it's been an exciting thing to watch. I know I started working up here at the hospital in 1991.
Yeah.
So don't even try to do the math.
Well, I was going to say, I probably met you around about 96, somewhere in there, when I started working at the paper.
Right,
but,
right. So I've been here a while, 30 plus years, but I didn't live here then.
Right.
I drove back and forth from where I was in Tuscaloosa then.
Yeah.
And then we moved, my family, we moved up near the lake and still drove, but it was closer.
Right.
So I was in town every day, and I would come downtown to go to Bernard's.
Or to go get your
Young's,
tag.
Or go get the tag or whatever,
Yeah.
and it was just like there was nothing to do
Yeah.
downtown, nothing to do.
Yeah.
And it was looking sad, but it just takes some time.
I mean,
it really takes some time, and like I said, partnerships have been
Yeah.
the key.
How, you talked about, you started off in Jasper at the hospital, and you've worked in these type roles in a few different places,
Mm-hmm.
but how rewarding is Main Street compared to the other things that you've done?
Well, they all have their own reward. Working in healthcare, it was an indirect, you knew you were helping people indirectly.
Right.
I worked a lot with the employees in the marketing, and I worked with the volunteers and that, so that was very rewarding. Then I retired.
Right.
From the hospital, and then I worked. I still do some stuff with some of our downtown merchants. We're helping them with their marketing.
Right.
And then but Main Street, being able to actually see the progress that we're making, it's, because we have to raise the money. We're not a department of the city. So a lot of people think we're a department of the city of Jasper, which
Right,
we are
you're
not.
completely.
We are a nonprofit organization that everything we do, we raise the funds to do it. We get grants. Walker Area Community Foundation is a big partner for us.
Yeah.
They support a lot of what we do. And then we get local grants. We get grants from from funders all over the state. And then we turn around and provide grants to our local businesses to improve their business. We do facade grants. We do grants to help them with some marketing dollars and things like that. But they have to apply for those. And there's Main Street, Alabama has actually done a competition this year for local businesses to be able to compete to win up to $25,000, $45,000, something like that.
Wow, yeah.
I mean, it's good money. It's big. It's a lot of money. And Trolley on Main has actually won 2 levels of that.
Okay, yeah.
So they will be competing in August for the state overall winner.
And you said the state convention is here this
It's
year,
going to
right?
be here in Jasper. Yes, it's
Yeah.
the 3rd week in August. Jasper will host Main Street, Alabama, and all of the Main Street cities in Alabama. And then sometimes there'll be cities from Mississippi or Georgia that'll join us as well.
So that tells you right now, like, school's going to be starting back, but we're going to have visitors here. Guys,
Yes.
we got to behave.
We got to behave. Yeah, we got to clean up and got to behave.
Right.
No, everything's going great. Now we're having a blast planning for it. We're gonna be in the new city hall when they get
Yeah.
It's gonna be opening soon, and we're gonna have a big banquet in the civic center. We're gonna be in some of the different churches, the historical churches. We're gonna do tours of Jasper. We'll be doing educational sessions. So they'll be here that 3rd week for 4 days,
Okay.
3.5 days.
Yeah.
So but the competition that I was mentioning
Yeah.
will happen, the state competition will happen during that conference.
Okay. Will they announce the winner at the
That
end of the
day,
conference,
at
I
the
guess?
end of the conference.
Okay. That'll be
Yes.
really, well, let's hope
That's,
they're announcing that we win it
I
while
know.
we're hosting it. That would
I
be so
know.
cool.
That's what we want. That's
Yeah.
what we're so excited about. So, and that would just give that business more money to grow that business.
Right. And there's also a Friends of Main Street group.
There is, and that's our, well, we're both nonprofit.
Right. But it's kind of the fundraising.
The fundraising
Side
part.
of things.
So like if you make a contribution, and a lot of people do make individual contributions to Jasper Main Street, but they make it through Friends and then it's tax deductible.
Right.
It's a 501c3
Right.
institution. So, so that makes it a tax deductible donation for you.
And you heard Renee mention the facades you guys have done grants for, but it's also Main Street, the signs that we see downtown, the banners, the decorative lights, the
music.
the music, the new shrubbery and things like that.
Yes.
All of that is Main Street
Main
projects.
Street. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. One of the big projects we're fixing to do, as soon as they finish City Hall,
Town Creek.
is going to be the next section of Town Creek. We've talked about that for a couple of years, but
Right.
it's taken City Hall a lot longer.
Yeah.
But we can't do that until they finish the construction. So we've gotten a lot of donations, a lot of grants, and you may have seen the rock pile sort of behind
Right,
the fire
yeah.
station. That's part of that project.
Yeah.
They're going to put in, I think I'm saying this right, a weirs in the water.
I think that's
to
right,
help- To help focus the water and clean it out. and
Yeah.
Add sidewalks and park benches and lighting and all that. So make it more walkable.
Yeah. It's just going to be really pretty down
It's
there.
gonna, so that, we'll get this next block done and then we'll raise the money and do the next block.
Well, let's remind everybody, tomorrow night, family fun night, downtown Jasper Main Street's hosting it, but you guys are also partnering with all the businesses downtown and with, which churches was it?
The Trace Church
Right.
and St. Mary's Episcopal.
Okay, and they're doing an art walk. So there's all kind of stuff be going on. It's going to be free inflatables and bouncy houses. We've got slides. We've got an art crawl going on. Free popcorn and a movie, wagon rides.
Wagon rides.
Like, I can't wait for the historic wagon ride. That's going to be a lot of fun.
I may get you to do the history part.
Hey, if you give me a script, I'll do it.
Got it written.
But anything else you want to add before we go?
I think that's great. I just love this town.
Yeah.
I'm not originally from here.
Yeah.
I moved in the 90s, and I've just fallen in love with this town. Like this is my home now, and I've poured a lot of my heart and soul into it.
Well, you've chosen to be here.
I've chosen
and
to
I
be
mean,
here.
even some of us who are from the area, like I've chosen to leave here and come back
Right.
because I love this place
Yeah.
too. And that's why I want to do this type of stuff, is to let people know the good things that are going on
Right.
in Jasper and Walker County.
Right.
And Jasper Main Street's a huge part of the good things going on.
Well, thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. We try hard, and we want to.
Just don't tell Mike Putman I said anything nice about him.
Okay, I won't.
Well, everybody, thanks for listening in. We'll have another edition of Live at 9 on Thursday morning, and on that morning we'll have another Renee here. It's going to be Renee Sides from the city of Cordova talking about Cordova's big Independence Day celebration that they have coming up and some other things that are happening around the city of Cordova. So we'll have that on Thursday, and then we'll have another edition on Friday. Coming up next at 10 a.m., we'll have Woody Wilson here with the Woody Wilson Show. The professor of rock and roll will be taking you to class and talking all types of things rock and roll from all the decades. So be sure to tune in, stick around for that. Just want to say, Renee, thank you again. Thanks to Terrell for being here and producing the show. And we'll see you guys again tomorrow morning on Live at 9 with James Phillips here on WJLX.